Hi everyone, glad to be here. I'm going to talk about building large and complex projects on the Studio platform. And I'm going to start by talking about the challenges involved in building such projects. Web concerns. Web concerns are all of those things that we need to have in each and every project. Things like performance, global hosting, media services, CDNs, all of the regulations like PII, GDPR, cookies in the EU, all of the concerns of SEO and making sure that we have the right capabilities for Google search engines and for social networks. And there's more. And all of those regulations and contracts are evolving. And there's more coming out all the time. We are moving from a low-regulated industry to a highly regulated industry. Just think about accessibility, which is something that in many countries you must have, and it evolves over time. And that means that any web project that you're building, any web project that is alive, you need to come back and maintain and update and make sure it complies with all of the change in regulations. And with that, we're getting to a tipping point in our industry where it just doesn't make sense to build and maintain a project yourself. What we're doing with Studio is we take care of all of those concerns for you. We'll have a platform where all of those concerns are automatically updated for all of the projects that are built on Studio. So the way that we build projects, we have two main elements to build projects on our platform. We have the builders and we have the dev platform. So we'll start diving in to see what those are. The builders are basically the tool to build websites and projects with no coding. Dev platforms will come later, which is where we add back coding into it. And the builders, the first and probably the most popular one is Wix, where we have the ability to create simple websites in a very easy interface with very strong AI that lets you enter some intentions of what website I want and some information about that website, and you get the website almost done. You get a very high quality websites in minutes. Studio is the product geared toward agencies and towards building professional-grade websites. With Studio, you have pixel-perfect design, full support for responsive, and all of the tools and capabilities that you need to work on a Studio, including a unique management of the websites and collaborative work and lots of other details that we've learned by working with agencies and listening to agencies' needs. Native mobile applications, Yaniv showed and talked about it a little bit. We have the builder that is using the same paradigm, same drag and drop experience, same tools, same connection to our dev platform, but now you can create native web applications. And we're taking care of a lot of the heavy lifting involved in doing that, including working with the app markets of Apple and Android. Blocks, again, we're using the same paradigm of drag and drop, no coding, connected to a dev platform, but now we allow you to build widgets and applications that can be installed and resold to all the Wix users. You can build private applications that your company, your agency, your enterprise can use internally or with your sites, or you can use public applications that go into the Wix app market and you just resell them and you can earn money. And last, we have Codex, which is a very unique tool that allows to bring the same Wix drag and drop experience to React. So you can use React non-Wix stack to build websites. You can use Wix Headless as a backend, but you can still have that drag and drop experience, and basically you invite designers into your development project. What can we build on Studio? There's so many things. We can build pixel-perfect websites. We can build mobile applications, stores, booking, private members pages, multi-site solutions, which are basically networks of sites collaborating together, and many more. And all of that boils down to two principles that we have in our builders ecosystem. One, we value design. For us at Wix, design is one of our main principles. We want you to be able to get to the exact design and create great-looking projects. Second one is efficiency, making sure it's easy to build and fast to build your projects. And whatever we can take for you, we'll take care of that for you. So let's move to our dev platform. So the first question is, why do we even need a dev platform? In Wix, we have so many things going on. Things like galleries, e-com, booking, menus, repeaters, CMS, things that in other platforms or plugins are already built into Wix. So why do we need a dev platform? And the main reason is that we can't build everything. There's always tailored needs and always more stuff that you need for projects. But moreover than that, we realize that there's lots of innovation that can come from you. There's lots of things that we can't even think about that makes a lot of sense and can get a lot of value. So we've created this platform which is geared toward extending and replacing parts of the Wix product. What is the dev platform? On one side, we have the development environment, which includes the builders, an IDE, CMS, and Wix blocks to create applications. All of that in a zero configuration environment, which basically means you click a button, you have the dev environment, you can start working, you click another button, and your application is alive. On the other side, we have a fully managed runtime, so you don't need to install stuff or manage that runtime. We have the database, a Node.js server that we manage for you. We have the Wix websites that are fully managed, global hosting on 3 data centers across the world, tons of APIs and service plugins to extend and replace parts of the Wix product, production tools to monitor and make sure that everything that you build is also working correctly. So this platform is bringing us the best of both worlds. On one side, we have the builders, which is a no-code solution. And on the other hand, we have Wix Cloud, which lets you build professional-grade applications. And together, we have this unique extend and replace platform. How it looks like? In Wix Studio, where in the top part you can do a drag and drop and basically position things in any way you want, in the same place you can actually start coding. But if you also want an IDE, you can use VS Code online, managed by us, or your own, whatever IDE you want, work locally on your machines. So you have the full options of work in the way you want. So I want to show you some examples of creations done using our dev platform. I'll start with dynamic pages. Dynamic pages are pages that you design once, connect to the CMS, and for every item in the CMS, you get another page on the website. So it saves lots of time. It's also a great tool to allow clients to add more pages to a site without going into the development environment and without having the risk of messing the design in our builders. This example is actually one of my favorites, and it's a wine shop. And they had a problem that you go into the wine shop, there's lots of different bottles, but you don't know which one to pick. But at the same time, they have, on their website, on dynamic pages, they have explanation what those wines are, where they're coming from, what types of grapes, is it strong, is it weak, and so on, all the details. So that, what they've added, they added in their website a QR code scanner that would get you back, you scan the bottle and get to the page in the website. And that is done using a custom element on the website. In this example, what they wanted to do, they're selling the table, but they wanted to show the table would look like, which has some additional products. So they used some simple show and hide interactivity so that when you click on the different elements at the top, they appear on the page. You can put them all together or one by one and see how it will look like with all of the different add-ons. Here we let designers just play with our animation API. And what they've done, they've created all kinds of animations that react as the mouse moves on the page. And it's probably something like 20 lines of code to create this thing. So that's pretty amazing. Authentication and members. We have out of the box the ability to have member pages and the ability to have login. And we have some two-factor authentications already pre-integrated into our platform, but there's lots of cases when you need to integrate into your own IDP or some specific IDP. So we have the APIs to do that. And you can create custom authentication, two-factor, or any kind that you need. And if we're talking about members, then we have the private members pages, but you can also create custom member pages, which can be for anything from if we're talking about that wine shop, the private members of the club of the buyers of the wine, or anything else you can imagine. Another example is sort and filter on the website. In this case, it's a website that lets you rent yachts, and you can look for yachts depending on different locations, different number of people, different amenities, and you just get that ability to search and look for stuff. Push notifications. We have the ability, everyone knows that in web apps you have push notifications, but also in websites you can get notifications directly into the websites. In this case, they wanted to show notification when there is an event in cricket. The way you do that is with a real-time API, which is basically taking sockets and making it easy to use. In this example, they wanted to have a very unique e-com experience. Now, we have a great e-com application. There is a lot of options how to customize the product page. But they wanted to have something really unique. So they used the principle of replace and just replaced just that one page and created their own unique experience. Everything else in our e-com remained the same, the cart, the product gallery, but just one page that they replaced and got the experience they wished for. And last, if you remember that yacht website, here what they wanted is to price the yacht based on the number of people and whether a chef is involved or not. And the way that is done is within a service plugin where we allow you to have your code as part of our price calculation process. So you basically extend the Wix business logic. You get the same Wix booking experience, and the only thing that is different is that as you check out, Wix would call the service plugin to calculate the price, and then back to the regular flow. So to summarize our dev platform is geared to build more complex sites and give you a lot more options. It is working with the principle of extend and replace. You don't need to opt out of the ready-made product to use the dev platform. You just take the piece that you want, extend it, or replace it, depending on what you need, and everything else remains with the default no-coding product. So that allows designers and clients to continue working with regular products as is. Nothing is opted out except what you need. And last, with all of those examples, it is not even the tip of the iceberg. There's so many things you can do with our platform, and so many things that people are already doing with the platform, which is just amazing to see. So with our platform, let's talk about enterprise and scaling up to larger and bigger projects. Wix Enterprise is where we give the solution, both technically and also in terms of support and contracts, for larger organizations to work with Wix and Wix Studio. We give better solutions for security. We give better solutions for managing multiple sites, managing an account-level teams and account-level applications and account-level templates, custom funnels to build websites, full solution for multi-site, solution for shared CMS across many sites, and there's a lot more going on there. So just to show what we mean by that, two examples. One is CrossFit Brio, and they, before using Wix Enterprise, they had to manage their business with 6 different applications. Now, this is a large CrossFit club in Canada. Their business is not trying to connect 6 different applications. Their business is CrossFit. And with Wix Enterprise and with our help, we managed them to consolidate it all into one based on Wix Studio. Clarivate is a company that builds software for libraries. Their core business is which books are in the library, which books are loaned, returned, members of the library, things like events in the library, and anything else that is working about managing the library itself. There's software for the staff and so on. As part of their solution, they also create websites for the libraries. And those websites are today's studio websites using blocks to create private applications such as looking for books, reserve a book, loan, return, manage the clients of the library, accounts, and what's going on there, and so on. But Clarivate is actually not a design company. So they're actually using a studio. It's using an agency, They're using an agency to create those sites and tailor them for each library. So we have Clarivate Enterprise selling websites using an agency to libraries. So to summarize, we have the web concerns that we're taking care of them for you. We have the builders with the principle of design and efficiency. We have the dev platform with the principle of extend and replace. And we have enterprise to give you the support to build large and more complex projects and websites. So with that in mind, use a platform to build and scale up. Thank you.